What is going on, guys and gals, ladies and laddies? Welcome back to more Shadows over Loathing. In the last one, we got all the way here to Crystal Dream Lake. Now we're trying to find a compass here. What I'm going to do, actually... Mom wants you to clear a nest of vampires out of the distillery near Crystal Dream and investigate Augustus Dirch's house for evidence about the missing cremains. So I think we still need to go back and do a little bit of side questering. Because this guy... There's still some stuff going on with him. Eerie Music House. Yeah, we're going there. This seems like a pretty normal house in a pretty nice neighborhood, but there's something odd about it. Some sort of uncomfortable energy that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. Maybe it's something to do with that weird droning tone you hear coming from inside. Like a pained, inhuman moan constantly rising in pitch. Maybe that's it, yeah. You knock, but hear no response, so you nose your way inside. An eerie sound is even louder in here. It seems to be coming from upstairs. Also, the owner's interior design sensibilities are a little strange. Oh, what about jazz? +1 to ranged weapon. I think we're going to use today's episode to run around and get like a bunch of upgrades and stuff. Like we're gonna get probably this one. I want to save up for 150 for the plus Moxie and additionals. Day stand. Plate rack is a statement piece, and the statement is, I have too many plates. Tea time was a long time ago. There's nothing left but stains. Cabin's full of backup plates. Shelf full of trophies from music competitions. Cabinet full of sheet music. You pull out a sheet, but it's all in German. Und du kannst kein Deutsch sprechen. Which I mean, and you can't speak German? I don't know. But this is Hans Zimmer's house, if you guys didn't know. Yeah, let's go. Tired-looking man is playing a cello here. Talk to him. What? Who are you? Why are you in my house? Sorry for intruding, but I heard the music, and I guess I have an intrusive nature. My name is Josathan Dovis. Well, I'm Ernst Zimmer. Forgive me for not stopping, but it is vital that I continue playing. What are you doing? There's a darkness beneath my house. Check the fuse box? No, it's probably that then. Listen to me, I had a dream, a premonition of a dark rift appearing in my basement and growing until it swallowed the entire house, and then the neighborhood, and then the world. Sounds wonderful. It was not just a dream. I went downstairs to check the basement, and there is indeed a rift. As of now, it's still small. I must keep playing this cello to prevent it from growing any larger. How does playing cello help? The bass vibrations reverberates downward and is focused by the circle of furniture downstairs. This resonance inhibits the rift. Huh? I don't really get it, but okay, are you a physicist or something? No, I'm only a cellist. I can't explain how I knew this would work. Okay. Mind if I have a take a look at the rift? Very well. I cannot blame you for wanting to see it with your own eyes. You'll have to reach into my pocket and take the key to the basement for yourself, as I require both hands to play. Okay. Please do not get too close to the rift. Wasting your time, pal. But look, we all see weird things in the night sometimes, and they always turn out to be nothing in the morning. No shame in it, but you're gonna kill yourself if you keep this up. I'm surprised your arms haven't fallen off already. You're probably right. I'm so very tired. And just relax, everything's fine. Uh-oh. Maybe convincing Zimmer to stop playing his cello wasn't such a good idea. Oh! Ghost chair. Moths have eaten all the contents. Trophies for murder competitions. All Arbeit and no spiel make Ernst a dull boy. Oh. Oh, geez. That sure is a dark rift in space over there, just like Zimmer was afraid of. Step through. Really? Yeah. You find yourself in an infinite black void. Or, well, it looks like an infinite black void, but you have the uneasy feeling that your brain is only showing you an infinite black void because it doesn't want to try and process what this place actually looks like. It's a weird feeling. Thrumming spike of nega energy. Creature is built more or less like a large muscular person. If you built a large muscular person out of some kind of writhing black ooze and or smoke and or just plain raw darkness. It has a fist-sized glowing crystal embedded in its chest, about where its sternum would be. And as you draw near, you can feel it radiating invisible waves of energy. Kind of like heat coming off of a radiator, except also the opposite of that, and also not at all related to that. Look, incomprehensible forces are tricky to describe, okay? Creature shambles back and forth, waving its arms in a way that almost looks like it's dancing or praying or maybe just absent-mindedly flailing. It seems oblivious to your presence, although that will probably change pretty quickly if you try to interfere with it. Like, say, if you tried to pry the glowing crystal out of its chest. Creature looks like it could rip you in half without even really trying, maybe without even really noticing. Leave it alone for now. Dampen it. Dampen it. Dampen. 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 Hey, bud, you good? You approach the shambling shadow beast, which is continuing to shamble. The crystal in its chest sparkles importantly at you. Creature looks extremely weak, almost docile. You make a quick grab for the crystal, but it's firmly lodged in the creature's chest. The creature howls, and its long, spindly arms flail ineffectually as you, barely cognizant of your actions, plunge your hands into murky flesh, fingers questing through lukewarm tar until they find ribs, gritting your teeth, forcing open the cage, creaking, cracking, snapping like dry branches. You grab your prize and tear it free of the muck. The creature evaporates in a sigh of smoke. The crystal is both warm and cold in your hand, and has a slight buzzing vibration to it. Take it with me. Yes, something tells you that this crystal is very important, as well as being really shiny and pretty. You got an item, Rift Crystal. It occurs to you that taking that weird crystal out of here might be a bad idea. On the other hand, it's yours now, and you'd prefer to keep it. Enter the rift. Hey, Zimmy boy. Excuse me, chair. Check out this neat crystal I found. What is that? Where'd you get it? It was inside the rift. It makes me uncomfortable to look at. Can I have it? No, it's mine. You found it in my house. It was in another dimension inside my house. No. Bad news. What? What do you mean? Remember how I said everything was fine? I do remember that, yes. Are you telling me that you were incorrect? Let's just say that your house is incredibly haunted now. Ugh, should not have trusted you. We're both fools. Rift open? Yeah. No, what are we gonna do? Don't worry, I'll think of something. I'll think of something, don't worry. Oh. Fish. Got an eldritch mist and then bubbling black sludge. Chair is whispering. Sit in me. Do it. Sit in the chair for a few minutes. Nothing bad happens. Apparently, it was all bark and no bite. It's not speaking to you ever again. Okay, so what do I do now? Smash the crystal. Pull a hammer out of your inventory, or if you don't actually have a hammer, whatever object would be most hammer adjacent. Give the crystal a solid thwack. It makes it sound like a baby being torn in half and bursts into glittering shards that shoot off into the darkness. Immediately you feel, well, I was gonna say a massive earthquake, but since you aren't standing on the ground, you wouldn't feel that. It's more of an everything quake. You should probably get out of here. You dive back through the rift just before it collapses, vanishes, heals. Thankfully, you find yourself back in Ernst Zimmer's basement and not some kind of horrible between dimensions purgatory. You run up the stairs to tell Ernest the good news. I fixed it. Closed the rift. You did? Well, that's wonderful. I owe you my life. Probably also my house's life. Here, take this cello. I've no further need of it. And to be quite frank with you, the thought of playing it ever again only pains me. Aw, it's muscle. That sucks. I wanted to hit stuff with a cello. Go through. There's a pool of some thick black tar-like substance. Where'd it come from? Nearby, a shelf of old junk. Check the bottom. Check the second shelf. Draw a crude anatomical diagram in the dust. Congratulations on expressing your creativity in a way that nobody will ever know, except for you. You'll know. Shelf has a box labeled things. It's full of little screws, rubber bands, stuff like that. Looks like when Zimmer's kitchen junk drawer gets too full, he just dumps it in here. Since you're already looking, you sift through it for a second, find a fuse that still looks good. Zimmer probably won't mind, or ever even know if you pocket it. Top shelf has a few old tins of varnish and a big bucket of tar. As you watch, a drip of tar slowly leaks out of a hole in the bottom of the bucket, plops into the puddle below. Well, there you go. Problem solved. Try to fish to the tar. A gob of tar. It's almost too empty to fish in right now. Boxes of moldy sheet music. Must be where Zimmer keeps all his rubble. Okay. Well, we solved that. We're going to keep doing more side questy stuff. Get the hell out of here? Hell yeah. Let's wander a second. Some amateur wit has penned a mild bon mot on the wall of a bathroom stall. You smile, but do not laugh. Make the bon motier. Now that'll get the bathroom goers roaring. Gabby gave me more candy. With a sinister three of those horrible fishmen come at you out of nowhere. Well, not nowhere. Two come at you out of an alley, and the third one crawls out of a nearby manhole. Fishhole? Yeah, I heard you the first time. Fight him. Let's do the whale, and then take you out, and then Gabby sled. Hell yeah! Fish liver oil, fisherman throwing spear, a bucket of chum. Might say you've reduced those chumps to chum, but despite that being a pretty good fish pun, it would also imply the existence of much larger fishmen who would be attracted to the bait. I don't think you want that. Oh yeah, some weird goo? I'll take some weird goo. In an Ocean City back alley, you find some strange graffiti. An unsolved long division problem? Solve it. Make short work of the long division. I'm not ambling anywhere. Want to ask you about the porca. Alright, you better come in. I want to look around first. Saltwater fish it is. Spearmint taffy. Any chance I can just take this? That ain't mine. I think the cat dragged it in. So is that a yes? Don't remember the question. Cat shies away from your touch. You notice that he's wearing a collar that says Ishmael. Simple device, a glass vessel filled with whale blubber with a wick stuck in it. Blubber lamp. Really rolls off the tongue though. Just a really delightful phrase. Say it. Blubber lamp. Delightful. Say it again. Yes, say it again. Incredible. I love it. Incredible. Okay. No, you're no fun. Alright, sir. What do you want? Well, I'm from the Ocean City Watchful Eye, you know? Newspaper? Don't trust newspapers, nor newspaper reporters, neither. Well, nor otters. Fortunately, I'm only one of those three things. Can I ask you about the pork one? Ain't nothing to say. Storm blew up unexpected. We hit a funny rock, all hands lost. That was decades ago. Well, why are you bothering me now? Well, it's slow news day. What's funny about the rock? You ever see a 30-foot black basalt obelisk sticking straight up out of the ocean? Can't say I have. Me neither. And I'd been sailing that route for years. So I guess when you said funny, you didn't mean as in ha-ha. What are the rocks in your front yard? I know nothing about those except for the date marker I put. Did they just come with the house? No, new ones pop up every once in a while. What's that got to do with anything? Well, nothing, I guess. How many men were in your crew? Well, there was Pegleg, Handsome Jeff, and Less Handsome Jeff, and Old Barnacle Face. He looks askance at the row of urns, and the other one. So 5? What was the 5th sailor's name? I didn't recall. He was new, just signed on for that last voyage. Didn't talk much. Eerie fella, to be honest. Eerie? Spooky. That's all I got to say about him. Got a lot of urns. Crew's bodies washed ashore after a time. Didn't figure they'd want a sea burial after what happened, so I had him cremated. Well, except that 5th fella weren't never found. I ain't recall how that urn got here. He was a member of the crew right and proper, though, so he got as much right to be here as any others. You ever visit that small cathedral? Sure. Used to go and pay my respects once in a while, but back before my knee started acting up. Got plenty of urns to talk to here, right here, though. You talk to the urns? Yup, we shoot the breeze, relive old glories and such. You say that like they talk back. They do. And I can see from your face that you don't believe me. So you can ask them yourself, landlubber. Guess I'll have a chat with your urns then. Fine, but if you got any more questions for me, ask them now. I'm tired of all this chit-chat. No, I'm done. Alright, Pegleg Johnny. Hello? Urn is responding. Anybody there? Imitate the captain's voice. Look around to make sure the captain is asleep, then mutter gruffly to the urn. Yar there, Johnny. You can speak freely now, sailor. I got rid of the good old, no-good landlubber. Muffled, youthful-sounding voice replies. Yar, Captain. What did they want, anyhow? Bah, nothing of import. Basic landlubber prattle, trying to sell newspapers and like that. Pay it no mind. Alright, Captain. So, how are things? Oh, no problems, Captain. Everything's ship-shape. Always happy to chew the sea biscuit with you, though. Reminisce about old times. Great, love hearing your stories of nautical adventure. Instead of that, why don't you tell me how you got the name Pegleg Johnny? Well, it's because of my leg, right? Got a peg leg. Sure, how'd you get it? I got it because I lost the original leg. I assume so, yeah, but how? Wait, weren't you there when it happened? Time for my nap, talk to you later. Handsome Jeff. Okay, Less Handsome Jeff. Yep, he's got some stuff. So, sure, right you are, Captain. Barnacle Face. And there you cloud in the sky. Good, great. Yeah, chat mood. I belay that. 5th sailor. So, how goes it? I'd ask what's new, but, not very talkative one, are you, matey? Suppose you never were, come to that. I could use some smokes, Captain. What? Smokes as in cigarettes? Aye. What does an urn want with cigarettes? Well, alright then. Just leave them on the table like usual. Well, alright. Very odd. Let's go back to St. Polycarp's. Hey there, friend. You look like somebody who appreciates a fine pair of pants. Do I? What does that even look like? Astute, discerning, even, dare I say it, perspicacious. I've never met anyone who dared to say that word before. Listen, I got a pair of pants here that's gonna knock your socks off. He opens his case and calls out a pair of slacks that are oddly stiff and shiny. Feast your eyes on these babies. What's up with them? They're waxed, guaranteed grease-proof, and they're yours for only 20 meat. Alright, I'll buy your pants. Whew, and that's my rent for the month dealt with. Thanks, pal. Miss Brewster is a real stickler. Miss Brewster? Yeah, she runs a boarding house that me and a bunch of other guys stay in whenever we're in town. If you ever need a room, you could do a lot worse. I have a room, but maybe I'll check it out. Alright, let's talk to the guy inside of Polycarp's. Yo. Oh, it's you. Have you found our missing ashes? Not yet. I need to head down and take a look. Donked Hufferby visiting from Saskatoon. Seems like a dead end, and they sure have some weird names up in Canada. Charles, Captain August, yeah, and then me. Fifth pedestal with an old urn. Okay. So the idea is that it's here at Dutch's place. Operator, get my worthless son on the phone. Mister, I'm not a payphone. That's what the last payphone said, and I'm not buying it. Let me talk to my verschluggener son. I'm sorry, sir. The line is busy. Please try again later. Ah, probably gabbling with one of his floozy girlfriends. Shuffles away. Is that actually how you say Pashugana? Any one of those smokes? Oh, your smokes, right. Aren't you worried about getting the ashes mixed up? Just leave them on the table. Shies away from your touch. You must be afraid about the overall state of affairs in the house. And knock off the yo-ho-ho thing. We ain't pirates. Less handsome. Don't whack nostalgic about old times or anything. So I need to go buy a thing of smokes. Just wondering why. I mean, of course I know why, but never actually said. That is, you never asked before, so I'd have thought you already. Right? Yeah, obviously I already. Anyway, not comfortable discussing it. That's fine. Okay, yeah, good. So I need to get smokes for the. I need to go buy some smokes for that vase. Hey, baby, what's happening? Oh, hi. I can see you dig the shades. You got good taste. What the what? You like my sunglasses? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I don't think anyone calls them shades for at least another 20 years, though. I pride myself on being on the cutting edge. Flips open his coat, shows you rows of sunglasses inside. Care to buy yourself a pair? For you, only 25 meat. Sure, I'll buy some. That's what I'd like to hear. Don't take the bus. Let's go back into Dutch's. Let's... Oh. Alright. Some sleaze armor. And then we can also... Yeah, sharpen my... Makes any weapon melee. I don't need it to be melee because I'm going for like a ranged build. That's not what I was trying to do. Okay. Self-adhesive rivets and spray on asbestos. So we get all the stuff on the pants. We got gherkin. Got some random stuff. Okay. Let's keep wandering. A Derringer salesman. Oh, phew. It's only you. Did you change your mind about purchasing one of my easily concealable personal defense weapons? Sure, I'll buy one. Now I have a Derringer. Moxie +2. So right now, that's Moxie +2. This is Moxie +4 and bleeding. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep the one that I'm currently using. Excuse me there, my good chap. Might you have a match on your person? Sure, here you go. Man tips his hat. Thank you kindly. This will be just the thing I need to ensure that something will be on fire at some point in the future. Let's go to Brewster's. Let's go to Miss Brewster's. Man on the street does a big theatrical double take as you pass. Just wanted to get another look at you. Hey, whoa now. How's the weather up there? Up where? You're taller than me. Up on the property ladder. I almost can't see you up there. Live in the back room of an antique shop. I do own a brownstone or several. Gee whiz. Well, I hope to join you in an antique storeroom of my own soon enough. But a fellow like me's got to sell if he wants to be on the property ladder. Luckily, product I got nearly sells itself. Nearly? I do have to put a little legwork. Yeah, but look. Whoopee! Paperclip. Is it ever? I don't know if I need a paperclip. I guess your documents keep themselves from flying off in the wind. Guess your nose secures itself against wild odors. I don't buy one. Ooh-wee, do I detect a change in humidity? I must be chasing you up the property ladder. You didn't tell me the weather was this nice. Oh, hobo language. As you enter the boarding house, you discover some kind of hullabaloo, or perhaps a kerfuffle. A stern-looking middle-aged lady is surrounded by 6 agitated men, all talking over each other. Gentlemen, I insist you settle down at once. We won't get to the bottom of this with you all acting like panicked schoolchildren. Miss Brewster, you gotta call the cops. What this town calls cops, I wouldn't trust to solve a jigsaw puzzle, let alone a serious crime. And I won't have those hooligans turning my house upside down. But there's been a murder. Somebody has to do something. What you can all do is go to your rooms and let me think. Good gracious. The men file up the stairs, abashed but still fidgeting nervously. We'll talk to her. Miss Brewster sighs, exasperated. I'm sorry, I don't have any more vacancies. Or, well, I suppose I do. But I can't let you have the room until this whole mess has been sorted out. One of those men said something about a murder? Yes, absolutely ghastly. One of my lodgers was murdered in the night. Nobody heard or saw anything. I'm practically at my wit's end. Well, maybe I can help. My name's Chrysathan Dovis. I'm kind of an independent investigator sort of thing. Oh, like the Belgian fellow in the mystery novels. What? Sure. Well, that's marvelous. If you can solve this mystery, I can pay you quite reasonably. All right, it's a deal. Thank goodness. What can you tell me about the victim? Well, he was a traveling salesman. All my lodgers are traveling salesmen. Well, what did he sell? Oh, they come and go so frequently, I'm afraid I haven't the foggiest idea. Well, how'd he die? Oh, I'm not so sure. Body's missing. Look, you'd better just go and have a look for yourself. He was in 3C. I locked the door so that no one would mess around in there. Oh, God, I think I remember doing this, mission the last one, and it took me so long to figure out what the hell I was doing. Probably check 3C. So 3C. Oh, there's heals over here. I'm taking those. Those are mine now. Holy crap, massive pool of blood on the floor, and like Miss Brewster said, there's no body in sight. Fishing. Nothing. Must be shallower than it looks. Fishing it. A handful of clean water. Check yourself for clues. Alright, no. Wardrobe's locked. Check underneath. Roll up the rug. Whoa, what the heck? There's a crazy occult diagram underneath it. Lines and glyphs appear to have been burned onto the floor. You can see little globs of melted candle wax at the points of the dodecagram. And it even smells faintly of weird incense. Is this some kind of ritual killing? Great. Like a regular old murder wasn't enough. Nothing interesting about the bed except that it's next to a massive pool of blood. Best if you report back to her. Ms. Brewster, I've had a look. Did you find anything? Found a huge pool of blood. It was really gross. Did you find anything else? It's actually an occult ritual circle. What? Oh my goodness. Think it was some kind of black magic sacrifice? I'm afraid it looks that way, yes, ma'am. Well, I've always felt a lodger's religion was no business of mine, but I won't stand for this one bit. Are any of your lodgers involved with the occult? Do you know? I do recall that one of them specialized in selling occult supplies and paraphernalia, but I'm afraid I don't remember which one. You'll have to ask around. Alright. I'm warning you, I'm armed. Oh, I know you. Yeah, I think we've met before. You sell derringers, right? That's right, yes. You should buy one. There's murder on the loose. Actually, I'm investigating the murder. I thank God somebody is. What do you know about the other salesman? I know that there's a guy who sells occult stuff. I give him a wide berth, though. All I know about him is that he doesn't live in the room below the sunglass salesman. Neither of them are the victim, by the way. Okay, no response. Try the knob. Door locked. Okay. Hey, oh hey, I know you. Yeah, you're the guy selling pants from before. That's me. What's up? Want to buy some pants? No, just investigating a murder. Yeah, real grisly. You know anything about the other son that live here? Not really. Just the guy who sells those little Derringer pistols. He was complaining about the guy who lives right above him. The trinkets and baubles guy. Because he keeps making a racket dropping stuff on the floor at night. Probably doesn't help you much. No, it actually does. Door, who's there? I'm not opening the door with a killer on the loose. I'm investigating the murder. There's a salesman here who specializes in the occult. That seems pretty suspicious to me. Which room is he in? Not sure, but it isn't the one above me. He doesn't live at the same end of the hall as the victim either. Okay. I did not want to go down. So this is the same hall of the victim. This is the trinkets and baubles guy. Hello, I don't know any of these guys, although I think there's a guy who sells brushes who neighbors with a guy who sells pants. Okay. So the guy who sells pants is this guy. This is the pants guy. So this guy sells... Hold on, he said brushes. Brushes lives next to pants. Knock on the door, investigating the murder, pretty much keep to myself. All I know about the other salesman is that the one who sells jokes and gags isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes. Okay, all I know about the other salesman is that the one who sells jokes and gags isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes. Ask me, baby, what can I do for you? I'm investigating the murder. Oh, no kidding? Yeah, I was hoping you could give me some information about people who live here. Yeah, there's a fella that sells jokes and gags somewhere on this floor, I think. There's a guy that sells pants, but all I can tell you about him is that he isn't the guy right below me. Okay. Give me a second. I'm going to pause this and make a little chart. It's just that the brush salesman lives next to the pants salesman. This is 3D. All I know is the guy who sells occult stuff doesn't live above me. He doesn't live at the same end of the hall as the victim. Cult. Not. Not 3A. Derringer under trinket. And Derringer is 2D. Yeah. C won't open. Okay. 2C. No answer. No answer. And Derringer doesn't live in the room below sunglasses salesman. Colt not under sunglass. Okay. Okay, so this is all the information I have. So, this is Derringer. This is Trinket. This is the victim. No answer. This is Pants. So it's one of these four. So this one here has to be Brushes. In black. So Brushes, Sunglass. Oh, I didn't realize I had accidentally hit that button to restart my recording. I don't remember when that happened. I'm going through my diagram right now and trying to figure it out. So far, what I have is in 3A is the Sunglass Salesman. The Sunglass Salesman says that the Joke and Gag Salesman is on the 3rd floor and Pants Salesman is not in 2A, which I've already met the Pants Salesman, and Pants Salesman is in 2B. 3B, which is the guy above the Pants Salesman, says that the Jokester doesn't live next to above Brushes, which means that he doesn't sell jokes. So Jokes is either the victim or it's the one in 2C who doesn't answer. See, 2C, there's no response. You try the knob, but the door's locked. So I might actually talk to you Excuse me, who lives in 2C? They didn't answer and the door's locked. That's because 2C is my room. Oh, well, can I have a look inside? Certainly not, that's private, and you can't possibly imagine I would kill one of my lodgers. That'd be terrible for business. Guess you have a point. Alright, so, that makes sense why we can't open that one. So, that solves that. I'm going to click off the video for a quick second. So, the one with no answer is actually... Just erase the no answer. And that is actually... Brewster. So, Brewster is in that room. Okay. So Miss Brewster is in that room. So, now we can deduce. So, we figured out that one. So, right now we have sunglasses in 2A. We have not jokes. Parents. Okay. 3C is where the victim was. 3D is the trinkets, and 3D says that Brush lives by Pants. And Pants is here in 2B. So this is the Pants salesman in 2B. Pants salesman in 2B says that Derringer is underneath the trinket salesman. This is the Derringer salesman, which means that 3D is the trinket salesman. And he says Brush salesman lives next to the Pants salesman. So Brushes and Pants, Brewster and Derringer are all who's on C. The only one, which is here, says Jokes and Gags isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes. So Brushes is in 2A. He isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes, which means he doesn't live in the one who's next to. Jokes and Gags is the one who got killed. Because Jokes is on the 3rd floor, and Jokes doesn't live next to above the brushes. So 3C is the joke salesman, and 3B is the murderer. Talk to her. Yeah, I figured out who the occultist is. Well, I figured out who the occultist is. Maybe if we confront him with it, he'll either confess or give us some usable information. You certain you know which one he is? I won't have you accusing the wrong fella. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Alright, shall we gather everyone together at the scene of the crime so you can do a dramatic reveal like in the novels? Sure, if you want. I must say, this whole murder business is simply dreadful, but it's the most interesting thing to happen here in years. You head up to 3C, and after a few minutes, Miss Brewster meets you there with the salesman in tow. Alright, well, I suppose you're all wondering why I've called you here today. I assumed it was so you could tell us who did the murder. Yeah, that was my guess. It is the guy in 3B. What? No, I mean, yes, I do sell occult supplies, but that isn't even one of my circles. You actually accusing me? No, I'm pretty sure you didn't kill anybody. I just know that you were there. That's right. How do you like my giant fake, because this guy sells jokes and gags and stuff. I fooled you all pretty good, because this guy sells jokes and gags and stuff. That's right. How do you like my new giant fake rubber pool of blood? Isn't it a scream? Yeah, it's pretty good. Here, let me give you something for being such a good sport. Wear it in good health. The foot's ring. Now, if you'll all excuse me, I gotta roll this blood back up, and 9 people in this tiny room is 8 too many. Well, I must say, that went quite satisfactorily. Here's your pay, young man. You've earned it. Yeah, thank you. I'd say I'll call if I ever need your services again, but I think one exciting thing happening here every few years is quite sufficient. If it happens again, I'm just gonna throw everyone out. Good to know, ma'am. You have a wonderful day. What else should we do? Oh, some rocks. Yeah, let's move. What else do we got? Defend it. Joyce's Ulysses. Moved to tears, the man kisses you on both cheeks, leaving wet mustache hairs on your skin. Gross. How much do we got? Ooh, we have 151. Rhythmic precision. Hell yeah. Now we're gonna just whomp everybody. Was there somewhere where we needed to fight somebody? We're still trying to figure out how to get this guy. Make it more ribald. Or ribald. Oh, no, wait. We need cigarettes for the... Does the cola snack? Fight him. Just fight him. Hit that guy. And then hit him with 14 damage. Holy jeebus. We're so strong now. Cola war supply. Hey, man, you got any cigs? Baseball bat, cola haversack, helmet, cola rations. Give me 3. Alright. Now we go back to Dutch's house. No, but also yes. Ah, well, thank you all the same. Toodaloo. Put the cigarettes on the tray. Appreciate it, Captain. Then you hide behind the captain, who is snoring in his chair. After a time, the bookcase slides aside. An unshaven, shifty-looking guy pokes his head out and glances around surreptitiously. Then he tiptoes over to the table, picks up the pack of cigarettes, and returns to the secret door. The bookcase slides shut behind him. Nautical Guide to Lieutenants. Practical secret doors for the home handyman. Tilt the book forward and nothing happens, because that's dumb. Hey, what are you doing in, were you seriously about to ask me what I'm doing in here? Yeah, even as I was saying it, it sounded stupid. How'd you find me? I hid and watched when you came out for the smokes. Oh, that was you? I thought the captain's voice didn't sound quite right. What's the deal? Well, it's basically just what it looks like. It looks like you're hiding in this old man's house to rob him while he sleeps. In that case, it's not at all what it looks like. I'm listening. I'll admit, at first I was planning on robbing him. I figured an old sea captain must have a secret treasure, right? He wasn't a pirate. No, it turned out he's just a lonely old man with nobody to talk to, except, well, his old sailing buddies. So I started hanging out back here and chatting with him through the wall. He didn't find it strange. He was a little spooked at first, but once I'd gotten a handle on how the different voices should sound and learned enough to keep up with the anecdotes, he relaxed. It's nice to have someone to talk to, even if the situation's kind of weird, right? So that's all? You just do this because you feel bad for him? Yeah, well, I won't pretend I don't like having somewhere to stay rent-free. And his pension from the shipping company is pretty good, and his short-term memory is kind of bad, so he doesn't pay much attention to the fact that he's buying food for 2 people. He's a good guy, and it's an easy life. Don't screw it up for us, okay? Wait, what is it you want anyways? I'm here about the stolen urn. Oh yeah, that was probably a mistake. He'd mentioned the 5th sailor a few times, so I thought he might like to have the whole crew together, you know? So I lifted a random urn from that little cathedral to fill the spot. The vicar needs it back. Okay, it'll be weird if it just vanishes though. Can you swap it for another one? Captain doesn't open them, so he won't notice if there's no ashes in it. Alright. Let's go take care of that. We need to go get spare from Polycarp's. Just find it. Excuse me. Sex round. Bam. Slap him. Get that old Gabby slap on him. Chef hat, doughboy, meat and experience, and gherkin leveled up. Sick. Alright. I'm gonna steal, Hey, I'm taking one of the spare urns. Hope you don't mind. Give me that. Thank you. Don't worry, I'm almost done with your side quest, bud. Back to dirges. Yeah. I'm just gonna fight you guys. Don T sent me to hell. Cool. that guy. And then hit that guy. Slap him. Cool. Back to Dersh's. Replace the urn. Urn of cremains. Alright. And now we go back to Polycarp's and we'll turn it in. I'm not smart enough. Pinch his cheek and keep walking. Alright, Polycarp. Or whatever your name is, Vicar. Vicar. Oh, it's you. I did. Here you go. Wonderful. I'll get this polished and reinstalled right away. Blessings upon you, my child. In fact, let me make that blessing literal. I have some holy water of Saint Polycarp here somewhere. Ah, here we go. He takes out a little bottle of water and splashes some on your forehead. Ouch, that burns a little. Say, whose ashes are in that urn anyway? Unfortunately, we don't know his name, but he was a sailor who washed ashore near here after a shipwreck. Some of the locals took him in, but he didn't survive the night. Poor fellow. He was interred here as an act of charity. Was that about 50 years ago, give or take? Oh, no, it was more like 300 years ago. Huh, interesting. Alright. Well, that's going to be all we do in this one. What do we got? What does that do? +1 muscle. Cool. We got 20 experience. We'll go ahead and put some into Mysticality. And I will see you all in the next one. We're getting out of Polycarp's. Polycarp needs to stop doing that. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.